Today we have Oswald's character breakdown. Oswald is a scholar who has a naturally high elemental attack and elemental defense. Oswald wields a staff and controls the elements of fire, ice, lightning, and surprise. I do believe that Oswald is the single best character you can choose for starting any type of run. His magic is extremely powerful and his support skills are all immaculate. Oswald's day path action is Scrutinize. This allows him to gain valuable information about different things such as the individual you are scrutinizing, story-related quests, and more. His Knight's Path action is Mug. This allows you to battle an NPC and take their stuff after beating them. I would like to think that he only used this in prison in which he was falsely accused. His talent is Study Foe. This lets him gain insights on the enemy's weakness at the starts of the battle. This will only show one weakness at the starts of battle, and if you do encounter that same enemy again, it will show a different weakness. I do believe that this is the best talent amongst all of the characters. Knowing the weaknesses of the enemy is such a huge game changer. Sometimes an enemy will only have one weakness and you'll spend all your time trying to hit it with every single weapon type, only to find out it's weak to something like darkness. His latent power is Concentrate Spell. This changes his spell from a multi-target attack into a single target attack, but in the process of doing so, the attack will be much stronger. This is amazing for dealing massive damage to a boss or certain enemy if you just want them gone. Now we come to his first skill, Fireball. Fireball does fire damage to all enemies. This skill is fantastic as it hits multiple enemies at once. In doing so, you may find out that certain enemies are weak to fire or if they're not. The next skill is called Ice Wind. Similar to Fireball, this does ice damage to all enemies. Having an elemental type that hits all enemies is very powerful. You may break shields on certain enemies while doing chip damage to others. The last of his elemental skill is called Lightning Bolt. This does lightning damage to all enemies. These three skills are equivalent to each other in terms of usefulness. You may find yourself using one of them more while in a certain area, such as using Fireball in a snow area. His next skill, Analyze, is a lifesaver. It will reveal the weaknesses of the enemy without you having to struggle using every weapon type just to find out that it's weak to magic. This also reveals the current and total HP of an enemy. Additionally, you can boost up and reveal more than one weaknesses at a time of a single enemy. Stroke of Genius grants Oswald 2 attribute raising effects at random. At max boost, you will gain 5. You may not use this skill too often, as it is usually better to use another character to buff up Oswald's magical attack instead. However, later in game, when he can multi-class, there are divine skills that allow him to use Stroke of Genius on his entire party. Therefore, everyone will have the effects of Stroke of Genius. Then we have Elemental Barrage. This deals fire, ice, or lightning damage to random foes and hits anywhere from 3 to 5 times. At max boost, this will hit between 6 to 8 times. This skill is pretty decent, however his 3 base elemental attacks will do way more damage. You can use this skill to chip away at rare monsters' HP bar or use it to randomly find weaknesses of enemies. Advanced Magic is his best skill outside of his Divine skill. Advanced Magic boosts the intensity at which he can cast his next 2 spells. His 3 main elemental attacks will now have an extra hit to all enemies. Hitting everything twice with magic now makes it a lot stronger. While Advanced Magic is active, this will change the name of the spells to reflect a much stronger spell. His last battle skill is his Divine skill called Aliphan's Wisdom. This is pretty much just Advanced Magic on crack. This skill can only be used at max BP boost. While Aliphan's Wisdom is active, this allows all of his elemental attacks to now hit everything 3 times. Additionally, you can cast this on your teammates if they have elemental skills as well. This is best used during mini bosses and story bosses as they tend to be a lot longer. The SP cost of these skills will stay the same as the original attack. The name of the spells will also change to more accurately reflect the stronger spells being used. After his battle skills, we have his support skills. His first support skill is called Evasive Maneuvers, which reduces the rate at which you have random encounters. If anyone is speedrunning this game, Oswald will be the very first picked due to this ability alone. This allows you to navigate through different areas without having to go through as many random encounters. If you do want to start grinding for experience, you can turn the support skill off at any time by unequipping it. With evasive maneuvers equipped, it is possible to recruit all 7 of the other characters in about 20 minutes or so. Next, we have Elemental Augmentation, which gives Oswald a plus 50 to his elemental attack. There's not much to say about this, but it does heavily benefit him as you're trying to rain down magic upon your enemies. The next support skill we have is called Extra Experience. This grants additional XP after battle to your entire team. Do note that these effects do not stack if you have another character with the support skill Extra Experience equipped. However, it does stack with other means of XP gain such as Bewildering Grace, using items or food, or equipment. If you pick Oswald as your first character, your entire team will benefit from this early gain with the extra experience received. His last support skill is called Advanced Magic Master. This raises the number of times Oswald can use intense spells by 1 additional turn. His Advanced Magic allows him to cast 2 different spells at higher intensity. With Advanced Magic Master, you can now cast 3 different spells at high intensity. With Aliphan's Wisdom, he can originally cast 3 spells at max intensity. With this, he can now cast 4 different spells at max intensity. This doesn't increase the number of hits when casting, but rather how many times he can cast at that level. That's going to be all for the character breakdown, but like I said earlier, I think Oswald should be everyone's first character, just due to how amazing his skills and support skills are. He's a strong magic user who can nuke entire fights if built properly. He has evasive maneuvers, which helps recruit all other characters as fast as possible, and you can never go wrong with extra experience. Let me know if you guys have played Oswald's story yet. Unlike the others, you can play up to his chapter 2, which is fairly short compared to his first chapter. If you guys did find this video helpful, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe as it does help me out a lot. Thanks again for watching, and have a good day.
You're finished. I've seen worse methods.